Sagittarius, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, June 11th to Sunday, June 17th, 2018. Hey, before I get started, I did just want to mention one thing. The reason why I didn't mention this earlier is because it actually kind of came to me last minute. I wasn't really planning on doing this, but decided that I need to and that I should. And I'm going to do a live webinar on the new moon in Gemini, which is occurring this Wednesday. If you want to learn more about what the new moon is about, what it means for you, for your sign specifically, please do join me on Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, where I am going to talk about new moon in Gemini and break it down by the signs. This to me is the first new moon in Gemini since Saturn left Sagittarius. That's important to me because Gemini is the opposite sign of Sagittarius. So whatever is affecting Sagittarius will ultimately affect Gemini. I think with Saturn and Sagittarius for the past few years, even though it's no longer there, it was really all about traveling, doing something new, exploring. And while we were trying to do something new, even if it was not easy to do, I think we were neglecting some of the things closer to home. We were neglecting our mind, the way we think about things, integrating all of these new experiences into our life. And I think this new moon is saying, time to go back to the past, to retrieve some of the things that you forgot, that you neglected, to do them better this time around. With Mercury in Cancer and a sextile with Uranus, I think there's a real chance to get some good insights on what you need to feel more comfortable emotionally, to build more stability into your life in some way. However, I do think that some of these insights that you receive could be a little bit uncomfortable, especially with Mercury in a square to Chiron at this time, and could be a little bit upsetting for your relationships and for your financial situations. Now that you're getting more of these insights, processing things more in the mind, going back to retrieve some things, your relationships are like, wait a second, I didn't know that this was going on. I didn't know that this was happening. I don't know how I feel about this. That could come in, or maybe a lot of things going on with finances again that could be uncomfortable at this new moon. So if you want to hear more about that, how to handle it, what it means for your sign, again, please click the link down below in my description box to sign up for that. It is on discount for my birthday. So I hope you all enjoy that, and I do hope that I will see you there. Now, what I'm going to do for this week is start with an alignment happening in the middle of the week on Wednesday. Just because it's a weird alignment, it kind of connects to a lot of things in the chart, so I figure I'll just start there and work my way around. And what that is going to be is Mercury right here moving into Cancer this week, which for you is in your 8th house of changes and the endings and beginnings. Alright, so what that could bring your attention to, Mercury rules the mind, thinking a lot about some big changes that you need to make in your life to create more of a life that it is that you really want. Okay, could also be thinking a lot about in the 8th house some big financial investments you need to make. That could be a little bit hard. Maybe also trying to rearrange your relationships with intimate partners, business partners in some way with this house, and could also be thinking about just your deep desires, what you deeply desire in life as well. That could come into focus. Now, on Wednesday, right after Mercury moves into Cancer, it does make a sextile over to Uranus and Taurus, which for you is rule your 6th house of your job and your daily routines. Okay, so even though you may be thinking about some deep and some intense stuff, the 8th house can get real deep, real intense. Even though you may be thinking about some stuff that's really serious in a lot of ways, I do think there is an opportunity, a positive opportunity that can come from this. Okay, especially with the sextile to Uranus. I think as you're thinking about some big changes that are going on in your life, or changes you want or need to make, it's giving you an opportunity to do things differently on the day-to-day, to rearrange your job, to rearrange your physical existence, to be more of what it is you really want or like it to be. And I do see with this alignment that there's a good chance for you to get some insights, perhaps unexpectedly, or to have some positive conversations on Wednesday about how you need to change your job, change your daily routines, change what your life looks like physically, externally, so that you can start to feel much better about it, even if making the arranging things is hard, even if you have to dig real deep in order to get some of the answers that you need. Okay, even if you feel like there's some instability there in the process, I do think there is an opportunity for you to create more of a life that you really want with this kind of alignment. Okay, so that's what I see happening there. Right after Mercury makes this pretty sextile to Uranus on Thursday, it will then square Chiron in Aries, which for you is your 5th house of happiness, also of love, romance, and kids, if you have any kids. So I think you're making some changes here in your job and your daily routines. I like to think they're going to be positive, getting some insights at least about what you need to change. But then the problem with the square to Chiron comes, well, how do I be happy with this change? How do I find the enjoyment now that my daily routines are different? Maybe having to rearrange things with your kids, with the passion project, with an entrepreneurial venture that you may have, so that you can have a set of daily routines that just works better for you. And I think that could be a little bit challenging, but needing to be okay if you don't feel quite happy in the process. If you need to work some other things out so that you can at least just have a daily physical existence you like better. All right, so that's going on there. While that's happening on Thursday and Friday, we also have Venus moving here into Leo, which is your 9th house of something new and different they have not done before. I like this. I love the 9th house. So I think what's going on is, sure, maybe you're making some changes in your job that are a little bit hard. You don't know if you're happy about them in some way, but I do think it's making space for you to do something new, to do something different, to travel or to study in a way that hopefully really resonates with you and can help you find more of the joy in life, if not now, then later. All right, so I do like that. The interesting thing though is that as Venus is moving into your 9th house, it's squaring the same spot that Mercury was in a positive aspect to, and that's Uranus. Venus is going to square Uranus. And of course, Uranus is in your 6th house. So I think what may happen as a result of this change that you're making in your daily routines, very physically in your life, you may have to do something new that you haven't done before. Maybe that's hard. Well, how do I organize my job? How do I organize my daily routines to be something that I really want if I'm doing something I've never done before? I don't know what this will be like. So how can I organize my life if I don't know what the future holds, if I don't know what this new thing is that's going on? And I think that can be the challenge, and really needing to allow yourself to have a new job, to try new things that you've never done before, to maybe even take some risks in the process to hopefully have everything start to come together and work out. All right, especially with Venus here in a trine to Chiron. Again, you may be a little bit uncertain. I don't know if this new thing is going to make me happy, that I'm having to change my life, my job to be, but I think needing to trust that it will be and to do the new thing anyways, to chase something that's more exciting or to bring something else that's different into your life. Now, other things that are going on while that's happening, we do have Mars here in a conjunction with the South Node in your 3rd house of talk and of communication. So I think what this can bring are some conversations. I think conversations may be a little bit of a mixed bag for you this week, Sagittarius. I think you may have a chance to think more deeply about you, about what it is that you want, but then it's verbalizing those things, letting other people in on the things that are going on inside you, some of the changes that you're making. That could be a little bit hard. Okay, maybe needing to, with Mars here stationing, about to go retrograde, needing to think differently about your life, to communicate differently with other people about the things that are going on inside you. Okay, your life is changing in a very practical way, Sagittarius, and maybe needing to change your perspective, to change the way that you think and communicate, or even to change the way that you work with your community, your immediate environment, so that you can let yourself do something else. Okay, so that's what can be going on there. Again, frustration about the way that you communicate and think, but needing to be patient and needing to deal with the details from the past. Tie up some old ends in regards to your community, in regards to an old perspective, so that you can embark on some new adventure, feeling better, having the right mindset later on. All right, we also do have a new moon occurring right here for you, Sagittarius, in Gemini, which is your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, of the one-of-one variety. So I do see, as a result of this change in your job, your daily routines, to do something new, even if it's hard for you to think, to communicate about it, even if you're not sure if it's going to make you happy, I think it's going to help you meet new people, introduce you to new people, have new partnerships, new relationships, relate to people in different ways. Okay, so I do see some good stuff coming in if you can just find a way to get excited and to organize your life to do some of the things that it is that you need. All All right, Neptune also stationing to go retrograde next week in your 4th house of home and family. So again, could be some things coming up with home. Maybe there's been a lot going on with your home earlier this year, and maybe now you're trying to make sure, okay, well, am I really doing things right with home? Am I really organizing it? Is home and family, does this really resonate with me in my heart and my core? Or maybe trying to overcome some things from the past, so you can figure things out here in regards to your home and family. And I think there's some things at home that you're also trying to work out so that you can create more of a foundation for your life that really resonates with you. And really trying to figure out what foundation you want to build your life on so that you can do something new that is better. Even if the foundation that you're building your life on is dissolving a little bit with Neptune there. All right, so we've got that. And the last thing that I want to leave you with is on Saturday. And on that day, we do have Mercury coming into an opposition here with Saturn. Saturn being in your 2nd house of money, of confidence, of stability, of your gifts and skills and talents. I think what that could bring are some choices, some decisions, and some hard or serious conversations about your finances, how you make money, how you spend money, what gifts and skills and talents you use or are going to use in the future. Okay, I think here with Mercury in your 8th house, there are some changes you need to make. There is some instability that could be coming into your life to do something new. And I think needing to figure out here how you can use your money and in what way and in the best way to allow you to make the change feeling as secure as possible in a situation that might feel a little insecure. And I think that's what you're trying to work out, but you need to not be afraid here to have the hard conversations and to make the choices about your finances, about your talents, so that you can do something else, something new or different that I think you're being called to do, even if it doesn't feel quite right quite yet. All right, it will come. It's just right now we're trying to tie up some old things from the past so that we can move forward. All right, so that's what I've got there for you, Sagittarius. Your card for the week is the 7 of Cups upright. This card is one of choices. I know I just talked a lot about that at the end of the reading, but this card is also a lot about choices, about decisions. Normally with this placement, there are a lot of things with this card, if you can see, that are attractive. We want a lot of things. There are a lot of things calling our names, a lot of options. Well, we could do this, well, we could do that. Well, this is exciting. Well, you know, especially this man in this card, he's looking at a bunch of different cups being offered to him, and they've all got something coming out of the cup. Each of them are like exciting and attractive in their own way. All right, the message of this card is that everything, what's the saying? Everything that glitters is not gold. Just because something's attractive to you, just because something is appealing, doesn't mean it's right for you. And I think this week when it comes to making your decisions, especially about finances, especially about what you need to bring more stability and security back to your life as you make some big changes, I think needing to be a little bit more discerning about the decisions that it is that you do make. Not discerning to the point where you're paralyzed, like this card definitely says you need to make decisions, but just needing to make sure that you're making the right decisions that are not based on an illusion, that are not based on a pipe dream, but that are based on things that can really work in reality and help you to accomplish the things that it is that you need, and that you choose things that can stick with you for a while and that won't all fall apart when you need them the most down the road. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and I will talk to you later.